Hey guys. How's it going? Yeah, hi and bye, as usual. I saw people complaining about Borderlands 3 being on the Epic Store. Now, I got the complaints from previous games. Like the Metro stuff, etc. Because they were already planned for Steam, right? They'd been on the Steam store for ages. Pre-order now, etc., etc. Coming to soon on Steam. And then Epic comes and snatches them away. I understand people getting pissed off about that. Obviously, that's something to be. That's scummy on both parties. Borderlands 3 was never announced on Steam. Borderlands 3 was announced and then announced on the Epic Store. It was never said to be on Steam. Saber444, thanks for the follow. So what are you bawling about? Borderlands 3 is coming to PC on a free platform that you don't have to pay for. Just like Origin, just like Uplay, just like Steam. It's just another freaking platform. Just like Battle.net. Why are you people crying about that? Why is everybody in such a freaking hissy fit about this? Like I said, I got the previous complaints. I understood that. They were snatched away from Steam. Borderlands 3 was never snatched away from Steam. You realize you're crying about a game that's coming to PC. It's just not on Steam. Why the frick does that matter? If you should be mad at anybody, you should be mad at Steam, not Epic. Be mad at Steam. Because Steam is the one charging or taking so much percentage from game developers. They're not competing with Epic right now. They're just taking this percentage. Epic is giving a better deals to developers, and they're obviously taking the deal. That's how competition works. So, stop your balling. Competition is never a bad thing for the consumer. In the end, competition will usually, it's not always, but the winner in when big companies are competing, the winner is usually the consumer. Like, what if Borderlands 3 is cheaper? What if it's like $10 cheaper? Because they don't have to flip and give a giant percentage to Epic. That's why games on Steam are so expensive, because they gotta give such a high percentage to Steam. Epic's games, they give such a low percentage
what?
that the prices of the games probably will be like 10 to even less, more money cheaper. Thank you for the resub, Dwarvican. I thought you resubbed like a few days ago. Yeah, 7 days ago you resubbed. Dwarvican resubbed 7 days ago with Twitch Prime. I don't get it. Cabbage nailed it, by the way. They're the new one, so they're the bad one. That's just the way it goes. Remember when Origin came around? Origin was the worst thing ever. Everybody hated EA Origin. Now everyone just accepts it as it is. Freaking Uplay, Battle.net. Actually, Battle.net was the first one, wasn't it? It's just like, just shut up, man. This freaking whine fest about Epic Store, it just reminds me of console wars. Like Xbox versus PS2. That's all it reminds me of. And it's like, it's a free platform. Like, you're not paying for it. And you're like, oh, but it doesn't have user reviews. So? Go elsewhere to look for the reviews. The freaking platform's brand new. The features will come. Look, you want me to tell you the absolute awful truth? All these platforms suck. I hate Steam. Freaking Steam sucks. Origins, like, they're all bad in their own way. They're all bad in their own way. Like, do you guys know how big of a freaking hubbub it was when it was mandatory. You had to install Steam to play Half-Life 2. To play Dark Messiah, Might and Magic, you had to install Steam. That was never a thing up until that point. And people were like, excuse me? I have to install this, like, spyware, this freaking adware, this crap on my computer to play a game? Everybody threw the biggest fit about that. And then they freaking eventually... And now everyone's a Steam fanboy for some reason. Why are you such fanboys for Steam? I don't get brand loyalty like that. I just don't. I do not get the loyalty for billion-dollar companies that don't care about you. Like, why are you so dedicated and defensive of this platform that doesn't give two craps about you? People don't know why they're complaining about the Epic exclusives anymore. They're doing it just to do it. Epic will become a thing that will be standardized. In a few years, no one will complain anymore when a game comes out on Epic Store. In fact, in a few years, Steam's gonna have to step up their game and take less percentage from the games instead. If they want to compete, if they want their game exclusivity, then they better start competing. I used to hate Steam more than anything. It's okay now. It's gotten a lot better in the last few years. But I have hated Steam for like 10 years. And I'm just okay with it now. But for some reason, it's just the best dang thing on the planet. That's my rant. Like, I was holding my tongue because I understood the complaints about the previous game exclusivities. They were advertised for Steam and they were snatched away. That was scummy and that was wrong. I understood the complaints, but I was still thinking, like, it's still a free program you download. Like, why? Just shut up. Like, it's still a free program. Like, Epic is probably the worst platform right now out of all the crappy ones. Probably even worse than Uplay. But, like, it'll get better. And you can still play the games. I'm sure the games run just fine when you start it up on that platform. And that's all I care about is, does the game run okay? If it doesn't, then I'll have a complaint. But if the game runs and starts and plays, then I don't give a crap about any other feature this platform might have. One of my biggest issues with Steam back in the day was how much freaking memory it used to take. Like, you playing a game would chug because Steam was freaking taking up so much crap on your freaking CPU. I don't know, man. Epic will turn into a competent freaking platform eventually. The Epic Store. And people can shut up after that. Give up their freaking brand loyalty. It's like, well, I want all my games on one platform. Why? Why? I have a Switch. I have a PS4. I got a 360. I got a PS2. I got an Xbox. I got a GameCube. You know, I bought all of them because certain games come out on certain platforms. And those cost money. The Epic Store is free. It's completely free to the user. You don't have to pay for it. It's just an EXE to start games up. And like I said, games will probably be cheaper on this freaking Epic Store. Just sounds like first world problems. That's all it sounds like. Don't get me wrong. I'm sick of installing all these things. I wasn't happy to have to install Origin, Uplay. But it's like, it's just another program, you know? Like, whatever. Security issues is a big deal. Like I said, it'll get better, but... When does Borderlands 3 come out? September? Yeah, and that's another thing. Any Ubisoft or, you know, any Ubisoft game on Steam, you have to open the frickin' Uplay still. So it's like, what does it matter? It's like, yay, you got your frickin' Ubisoft game on Steam. You still have to open up Uplay. Yeah. It's just a mess now. Every freaking company just wants their foot in it. The thing with Epic is that they have such a giant... They got freaking Unreal. They have the Unreal Engine. They have freaking Fortnite, for crying out loud. In an ideal world, I'd prefer it would just be under one platform. In an ideal world, I wish there wasn't a freaking launcher to begin with. Take me back to the old days where it's just like, you got the game, you start it up. You don't have to start a stupid launcher to play your game, you know? I remember installing freaking Grand Theft Auto 4 through discs, Oblivion. All those games. Just shove the disc in and you play it. But in an ideal world, it would be great if every game was in one freaking thing. There it is. Bam. Ideal world. But it's not, and it's not that big of a deal. It is literally like 2 more clicks, you know? Just sounds being... It's like the most first world problem thing on the planet, you know? I guess that's what kind of cool why the GOG. You can buy games, modern games there, and just install it. You don't have to have a launcher or anything. It's like, here's the EXE. There you go. A lot of people only buy from GOG. It's just not that big of a deal. It's something to, like, groan about, sure, but people are throwing the biggest fits. To me, it's just like, oh, geez, another launcher I gotta have to deal with. Whatever. As long as the game runs, then whatever. It's kind of annoying I have to download this launcher, but, you know, as long as the game runs, I don't give a crap. People need to just chill the frick out. People take video games way too seriously. I just don't understand the video game culture, half of them. It's just like the vocal It's just the vocal party that's just so freaking toxic and annoying. It's like, here's a video game. This person doesn't like it. And then it's just like the biggest deal in the world. People, it's for some reason, it's just like, there's such this like hate train for video games anymore, and I'm so sick of that. Like, it's cool to hate games, and you call your, it's so counterproductive, it doesn't make sense. It's so like, it's like a double negative. Like, I like video games, and I'm gonna talk crap about them exclusively. It's like, well, then you don't like video games, right? That's why I reply to people on, like, on Twitter when they're like, oh, like, oh, this game. And it's like, oh, well, I actually like video games, so, you know, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Like, I'll just say stuff like that. Because it's like, there's very few games that I'll just have a hate boner for. Sometimes I do, don't get me wrong. I do have hate boners for some games. But even then, I don't freaking parade it around, you know? I don't sit and parade it around and, like, tweet about it all the time. Like Destiny. Freaking hate that series. But I don't freaking just go out of my way to hate it, you know? It's like it's a pastime. Like, why be so heated about it? I kind of want to I kind of want to get back into Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Put like 70, 80 hours into that. Need to explore the rest of the world. It's a fun game. I'm so sick of my ADD. I'm so sick of my ADD. I cannot just sit down and play a game. I hate it. It's so bad. I can't play like more than a few hours of video games anymore. I started up Borderlands 2 today because the, I always say, hey, I don't want to see this anymore. It says preference saved. Cool. I won't see this anymore. And then I see it every time. I started Borderlands 2 today just to see the 4K texture pack. It's a little bit crisper. Looks good. I'll tell you something I'm really upset with. I was really hoping that Anthem was going to be a good game. It wasn't. And Division 2 is getting praise. And I can't stand the gameplay of Division games. Frickin', I feel like fate has betrayed me. It's just like, gosh, I just can't stand cover shooters. Just can't stand those frickin' games. And here comes Division, and it's done well. It's a game that's done well. And everybody's praising it and loving it. And I'm like, gosh, dang it! Why couldn't freaking Anthem have been that good? Why didn't they make it that good? We all know why now. If you guys have read that article on Anthem, it's been a hell development cycle for that game. So now BioWare's pumped out 2 stinkers in terms of sales. Actually, how good were the sales? Maybe the sales were okay. I think it sold pretty well. So I guess that's good. It's just BioWare's getting a bad taste in everyone's mouth, unfortunately. Like, in the last 5 years, all the veterans of BioWare that have made the good heavy hitters, like, I'm talking, like, frickin' Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, all those veterans, they're gone. They've all left in like the last 5 years because of EA is just insisting. They're forcing every freaking company under their umbrella to use the frickin' Frostbite engine. And it's just garbage. It's just a garbage engine. It looks good. It can play good when it's done right, but it is just a garbage engine to make like games with if you don't know how to do it right. So EA is just forcing everybody under their umbrella to use this engine. Like, you have to use the Frostbite engine to make the games. And it's just like a hell hole for these developers to try and make games in this engine. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say it. Dragon Age Inquisition was is a giant letdown to me. People loved that game. It got Game of the Year for a lot of people. Dragon Age Inquisition. I thought the game was just dull and trash and grindy as frick. The only Dragon Age games I liked was the first one. Dragon Age, the first one, was just like straight up like Baldur's Gate-esque. Pure, freaking, the purest form of BioWare. Dragon Age Origins. And then Dragon Age 2 was like the most rushed job piece of crap action game released. It's just a trash game. And that game got such good reviews. Because it was like almost like a Nintendo bonus for people. It's like, oh, it's BioWare, it's a good game. Only until like years later people started to realize Dragon Age 2 sucks. It's almost like it's almost like episode 1 of Star Wars. Everybody's like, oh, this movie's amazing. And then years later everybody's like, oh, this sucked. So Dragon Age 2 was bad. Dragon Age Inquisition was like the big... I wanted to love that game. It's not a badly made game. Just so dull and boring. I just wanted to like it so much. I just couldn't. Could not like Dragon Age Inquisition. I just want a Dragon Age Origin game. You know, Baldur's Gate. But that genre is just not in anymore. Freaking ARPGs. No, CRPGs. They're just not in. The only one that's succeeding with that is the Divinity guys. Divinity Original Sin just killed it. And I think I'm the only person on the planet that genuinely loved Mass Effect, whatever the new one is. Andromeda. I love that game. It's my favorite Mass Effect. I like Andromeda more than 3, more than 2, more than 1. And I think I'm the only person on the planet. And it's because the gameplay was just so fun. Funnest gameplay out of any of the games in the series. And you know what I'm going to say? Anthem's fantastic gameplay-wise. That gameplay is so fun. It's just everything else is bad. The loading, the story, the frickin' loot, the progression, the bugs, the slow down the frame rate. Like, Anthem has such a great core gameplay. And it's just not fun because of literally everything surrounding it. Yeah, I wish Andromeda didn't get so much cut. Gosh, I just loved Andromeda, man. I think about going back and replaying that all the time because the gameplay loop is just so freaking fun, and the story's serviceable. Like I was interested in the story. It's not Mass Effect 1, 2, 3 good at all. It's not even close to as good as Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3. But it was just like, it's okay. There's some good characters. There's also some straight up awful characters. And like I said, I laughed my head off playing that game at how bad the animations were. Gosh, it's hilariously bad. I think they fixed it up in a lot of the patches. From what I understood, they fixed a lot of the animations, facial and stuff. That's one of the reasons why I kind of want to go back and play it. See how the animations are now. People are predicting that EA's just going to shut down BioWare now, and it's like, I highly doubt that. Like, they still have the Dragon Age series, which is just a heavy hitter. They have the Star Wars light. What happened? EA got the Star Wars license, you guys. EA has the Star Wars license. EA has BioWare. There's not another Knights of the Old Republic game being made. That is the most obvious thing to do on the planet, and they're not doing it. It is insane just how much EA has been... Like, when... I know a lot of people have, like, hate boners for EA. I don't. I think EA is awful. Don't get me wrong. I'm on that same boat. But I still think EA can dish out some great games. When was the last actual good EA game, though? Lately. Like, I'm talking just, like, polish, content. It was probably Battlefield 1, right? Battlefront 2 was good. It was, but there was that giant controversy around it. You know? The notoriously most downvoted Reddit post of all time, etc. The pay-to-win nonsense. Like, Battlefront 2 was poisoned before the game was even, like, out. The game's good now, but I don't think it was a success in like how they... In fact, I know it wasn't a success. I think they were expecting like 8 million copies, and it had like 5 million, and they considered that a failure. I think Battlefield 1 was the last actual successful EA game, and like in their eye. I don't count Apex. Apex wasn't EA at all. EA had nothing to do with Apex. And Apex was shadow dropped. There wasn't a hype build around it. There wasn't a marketing team, you know. It was just dropped. I think Battlefield 5 might be good still someday. I mean, I like that game. I love Battlefield 5. I played a lot of it. But there's no doubt that it had a lot of lacking of content. It lacked a lot of content. On one hand, I'm glad all these games are failing. Sea of Thieves, etc. Because this games as a service motto is just not working out. It's not working out for... Has any game as a service motto... has any game that had come out been successful? Like, in the developer's eye? I don't think so. So I'm glad that it's failing. Because the games as a service thing is just really bad. I'm so sick of the... Because it's like these games come out so bare bones. It's like early access crap. Yeah, A Way Out did actually sell a lot better than they anticipated, so that's good. But again, I don't think A Way Out was really EA. Just a company under EA making a game they wanted. AAA is not getting lazy, it's just specific ones. EA specifically. Like, I'm sorry to say it, a lot of people hate Ubisoft. Again, here's the hate boners everybody has. Ubisoft kills it with their AAA games. Far Cry games can kill it. Division. Assassin's Creed, they all kill it. Ubisoft does great with their AAA. And let's not even talk about Sony. Sony is like the kings right now. Sony are the kings of video games right now. They cannot do a wrong right now with all their freaking AAA exclusive games. Like Spider-Man, God of War. Like they're all these Sony's just killing it. I still think Days Gone's gonna be good. I'm worried about it though. I'm worried about Days Gone. I'm actually I'm hyped for Days Gone, but it might be bad. We'll see. I don't no. I mean, You know what? Cabbage is right. Capcom might be the kings right now. Honestly, they haven't done it wrong. They've been killing it. And I mean, Nintendo's in their own world. You can't really. It's really hard to like pit Nintendo up against everybody because they're just in their own little world doing their own things. Now, Sony blew it in the PS3 era. Sony really blew it PS3 era. That's the formula. It's so bizarre. I just want you to like think about this, and it's always been the truth. Whenever a company is dominating in a gen, the next gen, they blow it. That has always been the pattern. I mean, you can go back to like almost SNES. Like SNES dominated. Next generation, PlayStation 1 dominated. You know, I'd actually argue the PS1 and 64 generation, I don't think there was a dominating console that time. I think the PS1 might have done good. Here's where it gets a little erratic, though, because PS2, the next generation, PS2 was, like, hands down. I mean, PS2 is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. PS2 dominated completely that generation. Next generation, Sony did, like, the worst. PS3 was, like, a garbage in terms of profit. Good system, had some good games, but PS3 just like failed hard in the generation. And then Xbox dominated, right? Nintendo was off doing their own thing, obviously. Then the next generation, Xbox One, complete failure. PS4, complete success. I don't think PS2 is the best-selling console of all time. I think it's the Wii. I think the Wii is the best-selling console of all time. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Wii is the most-selling console ever. Console. Because if you bring handhelds into it, I think the 3DS is actually the most selling. I think 3DS sold the most out of anything. No, the Game Boy. The original Game Boy. The original Game Boy, I think, was the most selling video game anything ever. The original Game Boy was just like insane. But I think console wise, I think it's the Wii that sold the most. PS3 had a bad launch and it never really recovered. I mean, you can't deny the 360 just dominated that generation. Honestly, it was the Wii, but again, you can't really, like, Nintendo's always just in their own little world. It's always so weird how, like, companies just endlessly ripped off, well, not ripped off, they just kept copying Nintendo. You can date this back to, I would say, probably the N64. N64 comes out, analog control. No one had done that. I mean, there had been a few weird controllers in the past that had done it, but official analog controls. Then the PS1 does the DualShock control with their analog controls. With Rumble, mind you, the N64 had the Rumble feature. Everybody took that. They took analog Rumble, motion controls. Everybody just kept copying Nintendo for a long time. Wait, what did the best selling? PS2 really was. 158 million. Wow. Well, good on the PS2. I think the PS2 is better than the Wii, so it deserves it. Man, I thought it was the Wii for sure. The Wii was a cool little system because it could play GameCube games too. That was pretty cool. PS2 is like probably like my second favorite console of all time. PS2 is just amazing. Yeah, it's like there's no need to do backwards compatibility anymore when they can just do digital. Resell it. Why spend the money into backwards compatibility when you can just resell the game digitally? It's such a crappy new fad. It's so bizarre to me because all these rumors about the PS5. Rumors about the PS5 is saying it will be able to play PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4 games. So there's no way. I don't know why everybody does some weird rumors like that. There's no freaking way it's gonna do that. Like they're saying you can stick the discs in and play it. It's like no freaking way. There's no way that's gonna be a thing. You know how much money it would cost them to like freaking emulate each console? There's no freaking way. And it's like, in my point, it's like if I want to play an older game, I'm just going to emulate it. 99% of the time, it will look better, it will play better. You can save state, like emulate, just emulate it, you know? Yeah, that was the conference that destroyed Xbox One. Like you could. I'm sure I've tweeted it out at the time. That was the exact moment when you knew which console was going to win that generation. Xbox comes out with a ridiculous price for the Xbox One. You can't. They were initially saying you can't play games unless you're hooked to the internet. And you can't play used games on it. How much could you shoot yourself in the foot, man? And then the PS4 comes out and they're like cheaper. And then they did that cheeky little commercial where they're like, here's how you share games with friends, and he hands him that game. Do you guys remember that video? It was such a jab at Microsoft. Yeah, and it was like you had to have Connect at all times. Like, that was you could just see it. It's like, that conference, you knew who was going to lose and who's going to win the generation. It's like, well, Microsoft lost, Sony won. It was just this biggest... It was like it was them suiciding on stage, man. It was insane. Do you guys remember how loud they cheered when the PS4 was announced? Because Microsoft had just done their conference, and it was like $600 or $500 ridiculous dollars for the Xbox One. And so when Sony, that's when you knew. That's like, it's like, bam, there's the winner right there. It was like they just won E3. They just won this generation. Gosh dang it, I hate that so much. I don't know what year it was. Oh yeah, right here. Like, this is when you knew. This is when you knew that Sony won. It's like, well, they just won.
Studios and our third-party partners, including over 100 that will be available within
Like, listen to the crowd.
Nearly 40 of these titles. Less than
Because it's like everyone had just got done watching the Microsoft conference, and they're like, "Good lord, it's that much money."
is currently at 95%.
And it's like, well, here's
I'm
the
happy to
price of our
announce
system.
When PS4 launches, PlayStation Plus members will get immediate free access to Drive Club PS Plus Edition.
Here it is.
$199.
It's like, well, they won. Because, like, when Xbox announced their price, it was dead silent. And then they announced it, $390. I think, so Xbox was probably $400 then.
€9. And for the folks in my homeland, £349 sterling. In the US and Europe this holiday season, it's a very compelling price.
Someone made a documentary about it. You really could, honestly. It's like such a freaking crazy thing. Yeah, it was a disaster for Microsoft, for sure. Yeah, I don't want the new consoles to come. I'm always annoyed when the new consoles come around. I actually really enjoyed the PS3, Xbox 360 era because it was like 10 years. It was like a 10-year era. It's just like, good. I'm buying a console and I know I'm good for 10 freaking years. And now we're moving back to like, what, 4 or 5 years lifespans? It's like, ah. Because I don't buy consoles on launch. Like, who the frick buys a console at launch? I wait until games are out for it, until the prices are dropped, then I'll buy it. And then by the time I get it, it's like the new consoles are coming in again. It's like, gosh, frickin'. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the new it's like the new thing. It's like we're gonna be getting the new iterations of the same console. Here's an Xbox One. Here's an Xbox One S. Here's an Xbox One X. Here's a PS4 Pro. It's just like, oh. Even Nintendo does it, man. Nintendo's been doing that for longer than anybody. DS, the DSL, the DSXL, the DSXLS. You know, it's like, good. I've actually never bought a... I've never bought a console at launch. Never. My brother has. I sure haven't. Guess I never needed to, because he did. So I could just see what they were like. One of my favorite gaming memories was like when I never owned a PlayStation 1 until the PS1 came out. You know that little one? The little one they released? It was called PS... In fact, did they call it like PSX or something like that? Strictly had an N64 that entire generation. PSX comes out nearly the end of the generation of the PlayStation 1. Me and my brother just bought it and bought all these games for it. And it was like freaking amazing. We had all these new PS1 games to play. Final Fantasy 9, Driver, Chrono Cross. similarly, when the Dreamcast died and they just like were just en masse, just bulk selling them at stores. Like you'd go into like a freaking electronics store and there'd just be a mountain of Dreamcast for like $80. Because it was when Sega just stopped production and was just like getting rid of the rest of the stock. So we got an Dreamcast, and these freaking Shenmue was like the most amazing experience of my life. Dead or Alive 2, my first video fap. Soul Calibur. Final Fantasy IX is my favorite Final Fantasy as well, and I'm actually thinking about a new playthrough with the new HD texture mods. So I might be doing that soon. I think the PS2 is the first system I bought by myself. I saved up all summer for that game. Because I kept playing like games at like stores at kiosks, you know? Like Dynasty Warriors 2, Robot Alchemic Drive, like all these demos of games, and I'm just like, I have to have a PS2. I have to. Saved up all summer for that thing. One of my freaking best purchases of my life, man, that PS2. PS2 is seriously my favorite generation. It was such a world of discovering new games. Because the PS2 had such a giant library, you know? Just a giant... One of the biggest libraries out of any console, period. Endlessly discovering new freaking gems, hidden gems from that system. Gosh, I love the PS2. Such an amazing generation. Yeah, I got GTA 3. That was a turning point for sure, man. I haven't even tried Firestorm yet. That looting looks like a nightmare. Every time I watch a stream of someone playing Firestorm, they'll kill a dude and they'll be like, "Oh, this looting is so bad." Because you kill a dude and it's just pinata of items, and they stack onto each other and they're like laying next to each other, and you gotta just sit and like point your cursor to the right item to freaking pick up. Looks like such a nightmare. If they fix the looting system, I might try it out, but good lord. They are gonna fix it. They better. It's a big issue. Then I have my Nintendo Switch over here, and it's like, I think I've played through Mario Odyssey, and that's it. There's some good games on the Switch, though, like Smash Brothers. I've played a bit of Smash, of course. Played a big chunk of Xenoblade. Never beat it. It's too freaking anime for me, man. Played Mario Kart, of course. Still haven't beat all the flippin' whatever SS ranks or whatever freaking horde. I'm not a fan of Bayonetta. I can't believe I'm sorry. I hate the Bayonetta character, and so I just don't care to play it. The story's dumb, the characters are dumb, and I just don't care to play Bayonetta. Gameplay's fantastic, but it's like I don't have a drive to continue playing it when I just don't care about the characters. It's a very weird thing I have with certain games like that. Well, the Switch is not only the Switch is getting a lot of old games ported to it, like a lot, man. You're getting freaking Dragon's Dogma. Capcom's porting a lot of games to it. The Switch is gonna. I mean, the Switch is killing it. And that's another thing about her, like Bayonetta. She's so unattractive. She's so weird looking and unattractive. I'm sorry. Her proportions are all janky and weird, and it's like, this isn't hot, this is weird. Man, Switch is getting a lot of games, it's crazy. Like, if you had to choose, like, Switch is a good way to go. Honestly, there's like no reason to own an Xbox One. It's so sad to say, but there's literally no reason to own an Xbox One. Name an exclusive on Xbox One worth getting. And, I mean, you can't even say Halo anymore because they're coming out on PC. Everybody's predicting it, and it could come true, man. The next generation, there might not be an Xbox system. Xbox might just exist on other systems. Because that's what's happening. The Switch has Xbox Live. Like, it's like Xbox is like doing Xbox Live on the Switch. What if the PS4 gets Xbox Live and they just release their games on, like, it's like the next generation Xbox might not exist, which is crazy. Just crazy. You finding food there? Yeah, Fable 1 was a little disappointing, especially when Mr. Molyneux talked it up so much. That just became the norm. And now Molyneux has zero reputation, because that's just how he is. Talks up every freaking game like it's the second coming, and then it ends up being mediocre. I liked Fable 1. I liked it, but it wasn't as epic and grand as it was being talked up. Fable 2 was fun. I didn't play all of it, though. I wouldn't mind playing that game again. Nope, I didn't finish Yakuza 6 because Sekiro came out, and so I've just been playing that nonstop. And then I started playing an old game, freaking Divine Divinity. I played like 50 hours in that game in like the last few weeks. Divine Divinity just like sucks me in every time I play it. Look, I'm gonna be honest, the combat in Yakuza 6 is pretty dull. I'm gonna say it. It's pretty dull. It's so bizarre. Like, it's all, like, prettied up and everything, and it just feels, like, duller. It is more focused on story. Like, I keep, like, going to look at guides on that at the game, because I always do that for every freaking Yakuza game, to collect everything and do all the side quests. But I'm, like, just like, you know what? Just screw it. Let's just do the main story. So I've just been doing it the main story, mostly. If I come across a side quest, I'll do it, but it's not marked on your map anymore, so it's like... that's, like, bugging me so bad that the side quests aren't marked on your map. I remember with the first Yakuza game, PS2... I was like an addict. In between every story beat, I would walk up and down every street of Kamurocho to make sure that there weren't any side quests, because they weren't marked on your map back then with the first game. And the second game, I'd do this too. Every time a story beat would happen, I'd go up and down every street on Kamurocho. Story happened, go on every street of Kamurocho. Go into every back alley. I just make systematic sweeps of the city after every story beat, just to make sure I do every side quest. It was crazy. And then they started to actually mark the freaking side quest on your map, and I was like, oh! And then they stopped doing that again on Yakuza 6. Piss off. I mean, the side quests are always great in Yakuza games. They don't have bowling, though. That's a giant mark on me. You don't put bowling in my Yakuza games, you are getting a point or 2 or 3 knocked off you, bro. And the baseball minigame's so dull. I did all the stupid street fights. I guess I cheated, though. I went online and looked up codes and just got all the flippin' big, tough fighters. Like, I've added Kazuma Kiryu, Majima, freaking Dojima. I added all the freaking big boys as my freaking party in that freaking battle mode. So I just freaking wiped that freaking side quest of the freaking street brawl mode or whatever. And then there's that weird bar minigame. I haven't even touched that. Making friends at the bar. It seems kind of freaking boring, so I was like, yeah, whatever. I haven't done that. I mean, I'm biased on Yakuza as well. I bought that first game. I bought every game on release. Day 1 release. Since the first game. I've loved these games since the very first. I mean, it was freaking... It was like Shenmue, man! That's what it was talked up as. A spiritual successor to Shenmue. And it's like, heck yeah! Then I get it, and it's like just as good, and it's great, and I love it. Great story, great character. In fact, I still want that Kazuma Kiryu figurine. I really need a Kazuma Kiryu figurine, but he's like $1 billion. $145? Are you effing serious with that? Is it like not is it not being factory made anymore? Because that's stupid expensive. That is not a $145 figurine. Like, piss off. That's like $500. What? Okay. Yeah, look at this thing. This is a great figurine. But it's not a $145 figurine, that's for sure. Then on the Japanese website, it's like 5,000 freaking yen. Wait, if Yakuza Kiwami 2 is coming out to PC, then they could easily release 6 on PC. if they're releasing it with a Dragon engine, right? So PC will have Kiwami 1, 2, 0. Yeah, they need to do an HD collection like 2 or 3, 4, 5, something like that. They'll never release Ishin, though. Don't know why that one never got released in the US. Speaking of Yakuza, I don't know if I'm that interested in Judgment. I haven't seen much. I haven't seen any gameplay actually. I've just seen like a cinematic. If Cosmo's out of the picture, I'm just kind of like checked out. It's like you can explore Kamurocho only so many times, man. I don't know if I'm into. I don't know if I'll be interested in Judgment. We'll see what the game's about. Like no Kazuma, no Kilplix. Why does the combat have you interested? Oh, fine. What's a trailer look like? So there's gameplay then?
Peggy 18.
I'm all done.
Well, yeah, you're just sneaking around and following people. That's all I've seen. I've never seen combat. Oh, look, a chase sequence. They've never done that before.
Come on!
Whoa, they're getting an English dub, too. I forgot about that. That's crazy.
Hold on. Let me get a picture. Now. Hey.
Want to break out the pigeon? On it.
Perfect.
Pinball!
We're gonna chase the truth.
I mean, that just looks like friggin' Yakuza gameplay.
We're gonna chase the truth as far as we can.
We gotta go up at the pig.
Hey, man.
I don't know. I don't know if I can get interested in it when there's no Kazuma. I really don't. And it's like, I'm almost good, you know? 6 games, that's good. If it was a different city, maybe, but it's still Kamurocho, isn't it? I've been in that city in like 6, 7 games, man. You can only be in that same city so many times. Hiroshima? I mean, it's tiny. It's okay. Why is Steam gone? What? Steam is not in my dash tray. What? Look at this. Steam is open, but it's not in my tray. Hello? I've never seen this before. I have never had Steam not be on my system tray. That's bizarre as frick. Sotenbori is in 0? Oh, no, Zotenbori pretty cool. I like Sotenbori. You know what I really liked? Okinawa. I don't know why. Yakuza 3 is my favorite Yakuza. Everybody hates that game, and Yakuza 3 is my favorite Yakuza. Actually, let's be honest, Yakuza 0 is probably the best one. It's probably my favorite now. Yakuza 0 is just too good. But 3 is just... really enjoyed 3. People just like, oh, it's so boring because you start out of the orphanage. But I don't know. Something about the combat in 3 was so fun. That one move you can get where you light a cigarette, you're just smoking it, and then if a guy runs at you, you just press triangle to counter, and you like flick the cigarette in their face and punch him, and it's like an insta-kill. That was so fun. Like the moves you got in 3, like you'd come across moments with your phone, and you'd have to record events that happen, and then choose the right thing to learn new moves, and those moves were always so amazing. And the freaking moments you record are so wacky. Anybody played this game, by the way? Played like maybe an hour, and I died, and now I'm screwed. A lot of people think 5 is the best. This was before 0 came out. I was in from forums. 5 was just too much, man. I did like 5 though. Freaking playing as Haruka and doing her dances. I love that. You know what? 5's great. Actually, you know what? 4 is the weakest one. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't even remember the plot of 4. I don't even remember 4 at all. I seriously don't remember the plot of 4. And then I had that cop character that was so boring to play as. How many hours do I have to rest to like regen everything, I wonder? So 4 hours, I guess. Five was great. It was a bit too long, but I did enjoy it a lot. I regened everything after 4 hours. Is that everything regened? Maybe it's not. Feels like my frame rate's dipping pretty hard. For some reason my frame rate isn't displaying. This is Outward. It's a survival... What the frick is this game? Exploration survival game? No, it's nothing like Harvest Moon. It's a hardcore survival game, man. You get diseases and all sorts of crap. The plot is you owe a debt. That's all that's going on right now. I have to pay my debts. It's like an exploration game. Explore this big open world and get loot. You get spells, techniques. It's very similar to Gothic. Just in terms of gameplay and exploration. I mean, like I said, I've only played like an hour of it. Like, I got this far, like, right here and then died. So, you're gonna die a lot in this game. The combat's kind of like Souls-esque, but jankier. It's kind of a janky game, but I can't get past the jank if it's a good game. Yeah, it's kind of a janky game, but nothing game-breaking. freaking 2 enemies. I can't fight 2. I can't fight 2. And the second they bite me, I get diseased. I need a bow and arrow. I wonder if you can do sneak attacks in this game. Did anybody ever play Elix? I loved that game. I loved Elix so much. And it was super jank. Yeah, I'm getting frame drops for sure, I can tell. Is there a way to display my frame rate? Probably not. I wonder why my frame rate isn't displaying. Maybe it'll play better in like windowed mode. Excuse me? Excuse me? Hello? Well, it's running a lot better now. What the frick? Why was it doing that? It said 1080p borderless, and it like did this tiny little window. I'm very confused. 1080p borderless. What? 1920 by 1080. Yeah, it's broken, I guess. Okay. Janky indeed. I don't know how it thinks that's 1080p borderless. Oh yeah, you gotta eat, you gotta drink. You got recipes to cook. You gotta learn new recipes. You can get ambushed while sleeping. And if you die, you're just like randomly teleported to a random place. I guess it depends on where you die. So I died down here at the beach. So I don't know if I should come here. There's these giant freaking enemy crabs. Kicked my butt. Yeah, he killed me. So I probably shouldn't come this way. I guess there's no XP in this game either. I'm realizing that you don't get XP. You just earn money and then buy techniques from people. So the level up system is all money based. Guess I'll go check this cave out over here. You can't save it either. It's just like you're stuck with what happens. You can actually cheese it and go like find your app data and like revert to previous saves, I think. But other than that, if you die, you can't just reload a save or anything. So I don't know how I'm gonna like this game. I might, just for my own personal taste, I might mod the game later on to just fit my personal preferences. There's no fast traveling either. And you get weighed down easily. And I need a bow and arrow. You didn't disease me. Look at me go. Like, it depends on what you die to. I read if you, like, die to human beings, you might wake up as a prisoner and crap like that. Drop my backpack. I'm more freaking mobile. Hey. Look what you just backed into, sucker. No! No, don't lead him here! You have more pressing matters, you stupid bird. Alright, you know what? I'm going to explore this cave now. Now's my chance. Hyena den. That sounds promising. Wow, I'm hurting. I need food. I don't know if this will actually refill my health, though. And my health regenning a little tiny bit. I can't handle any more encounters, man. I'm just not... What is this? Tripwire trap. Guess I'll sell this crap. I can't freaking equip it. Yeah, right now I have 5 days to get 150 gold or they'll take my house. I'm just trying to get crap to sell so I can actually pay my freaking mortgage off and my debt or whatever. Oh, I guess that's the extent of this cave. Here's the problem, though. When I leave this freaking cave... Wait, what? What was that prompt? Oh. Those freaking hyenas are going to be right there when I open this, when I come out of this cave. I'm just going to have to bolt. Like, run for it. So I'll take this lantern and sell it. Time to run. Yeah, all your equipment has freaking wear and tear, so you gotta repair your equipment. Oh, they're not there. It sounds like a lot of busy work, so I don't know how I'm gonna like this game. But everybody's just been streaming it and playing it and loving it. Reviews are good. Not all reviews, of course, but most of them. Those hyenas are still chasing that bird. There's 4. There are 4 effing hyenas chasing that bird. Holy crap. So it looks like you regen health over time after eating. I haven't even like managed to get into a fight without taking damage. I take damage every time I get into a fight. I might be better off with a one-handed weapon and a shield. But I just found this axe, so that's what I've been using. Dang it, they always dodge my kick. Look at that, they don't take stun damage, so like they can just hit me after I hit them. I may as well just tank it and swing away. Oh, I'm dead, I'm dead! Oh, frickin' lord. Now I'm diseased, so that's nice. Yeah, I didn't see that Minecraft shader mod. It's freaking insane. I wonder how easy it is to install. It looks like a whole new game. Jeez, I'm on like day 3 now. What happens if I don't pay off my debt? Nothing sells for anything, man. Jeez. How am I supposed to make enough money here? Jeez, freaking lord. Wait, what about the skins? I might as well sell these. I got 3 of them. Okay. 3 times 5, that's the most profitable thing yet. Predator bones as well. Okay, so killing these hyenas actually seems to be what gives me money. $101 gold or silver. I'm almost there. I need 150. Well, I need to go to bed now because I'm freaking diseased and it's nighttime and it's too freaking dark at night. Like, it's way too dark. I can't see jack. I even, like, cranked the brightness up and it's still too dark. Look, brightness at max. Oh, that actually does look a lot better. Maybe I'll just crank the brightness all the way up when it's nighttime. Why are you waiting for a DVD release, man, if you want to see it? Oh, I should sell these daggers. Was anybody wanting to buy them? I don't think anybody was willing to even buy those. I need salt. Everything needs salt. Food waste added. Well, that didn't give me anything. My health is okay. I just have some of this freaking disease. What are you doing? So he didn't want to buy these shivs then. No, he won't buy those shivs. Or the staff. Why? Alright, I guess I'll throw those away if no one's gonna buy them. I really don't want to be buying stuff when I'm trying to make money, so for now I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that the starting of this game's pretty slow before it starts to pick up, because you just gotta slowly start getting more skills and stuff to actually be able to fight back. So here I am, just like baby mode, or baby boy trying to make his way. I'm gonna assume I can't continually eat food, right? Probably have like a hunger meter somewhere. And 94% hunger. So pretty much I should just be killing these hyenas and getting their goods. Because their bones and their hide sell for like 5, but it's like the most expensive thing I can sell. I don't think these birds are even worth killing, to be honest with you. Just give me raw meat and an egg. They're not worth it. What are you doing? I think tea actually cures infection. Well, I could use that, but oh wait, I have another status effect. Oh, am I bleeding? I'm bleeding. Physical pain. Physical resistance minus 25. How do I cure that? Frickin' Lord. There's too many frickin'... Too many status effects, man. Like one freaking encounter and I'm like out of commission. I guess I'll go freaking sleep, man. Yeah, bandages cure bleeding. I don't think anything cures physical pain. Maybe there's like painkillers or something I can get. Potions, probably. I actually had a pickaxe. It was a weapon, though. I don't know if you can mine. There's actually a mine. I should go check it out. But there's like this really scary enemy down there, so I just didn't do it. Alright, I think this is day 3. We really need some monies. I'm still infected? Piss off. Yeah, there's a mine here, and there's a big old lizard dude. He scared me, so I ran away. I don't think I even had any weapons when I came in here. I'm scared. Look at that! I didn't take damage! Look at me! Troglodyte Trident. No, don't sleep on it. Oh, you had to hold the take. I see. Whoa. Padded armor. 15-13 resistance. Oh, whoa! That's way better than what I have. Heck yeah. Progression. Oh yeah, there's freaking elements. You can get cold and hot, and you have to wear clothes to reduce cold and reduce heat, depending on the weather. Thinking like Zelda in that way. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything in mine. Oh, you can mine. Oh no, I sold the pickaxe. No. Oh, frick. Need to come back here for the frickin' pickaxe. I had some berries that went rotten. Where are they? Yeah, your food goes rotten too, so there's that. Does it just drop when it goes rotten? I don't have it in my inventory anymore. That's gonna go bad if I don't eat it. I like how this mine is in the frickin' city. It's like, no one bothers. There's freaking killer lizard men that can come kill them in the middle of the night, you know. I always love that about video games, like this peaceful little village, and then there's just like this terrible dungeon underneath with like tons of like murderous enemies, and there's like more enemies than there are townspeople. So you're just like, well, why don't they just come up and kill everybody? Oh, I already know where that is. I know where that cave is, so I'm not gonna drop. That's where that freaking crab guy is on the beach. Well, I'm gonna need a pickaxe. My first dungeon. I'm a big boy now. I think spears might be more useful than, like, axes. Wait, what was over here? This is what I could mine, right? Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if enemies stay dead. That's actually a good question. Because on the field, the frickin' hyenas were regenning. That'd be annoying if these lizard men regened. Because if you got XP or something, I guess they drop items. So that there's that. I got quite a few spears I could sell now. Sell this lantern too. Take that. The thing with the spears, I actually have a skill with it. What is that skill? I can't even remember what it is. Deflect a melee attack and counter with a powerful strike. Whoa, that's what it is. It counters. Throws your lantern at an enemy? So you have a reason to collect lanterns, actually. I hope he buys these spears, because then I'd have some stuff to sell. Sell this axe. Well, I have an extra trident, right? I better check to see what... $16.14, $16.14, they're the same thing. That one just has more durability. Wait, I have 3 then? Current equipment, pocket, backpack. Yeah, I can sell these 2. Oh, that's a fishing harpoon. I don't want to sell that. I can fish with it. Sell that trident. Having the brightness cranked during the day doesn't look too good. Wait, what? Discarded? Oh, I didn't apply it, that's why. What does that symbol down there mean? Guys, there's too many weird symbols. Stamina recovery is up. Lose 3% of your health per minute. Oh. I really need to cure this freaking disease then. Just drink this tea crap. There. Now my disease is cured. Eat some meat. I don't want to lose the house, so my priority really is to make 150 gold. I think I have 120, so I'm nearly there. Just gotta kill a few more enemies and get their stuff. Actually, if those freaking lizards regen, that'd be nice, because I could just sell their crap again. Those lizards were actually easier to kill than these stupid enemies. Like, I take damage from everything I fight on the field. Oh, you're gonna run away? I don't think these guys even drop anything I can freaking sell, other like eggs and crap, and it's like none of that sells for well. Sells well. Oh crap, I'm seeing humanoids. I definitely don't want to fight humanoids. Ooh, salt. Oh, I didn't have a freaking mine pick. I really don't want to fight humans yet. I don't feel confident enough in that. I hope, you know what? It'd be cool if they fought each other and then I could just loot them afterwards. Yeah, walk towards them. Frick, I think they're actually gonna fight. Oh, come on, you're in range. You're totally in range. Don't walk away. Oh. Yeah, I really need a pick. Oh, they're fighting! Yes! And I just kill the stragglers. Right? Everything will be A-okay. Please kill one of the humans. Oh, I think one of the humans is down. Alright, my backpack's right here by this bush. Congratulations, you got him. Now then. Oh, heck yeah. Oh no, I'm overweight. Oh, it's because I don't have my backpack. Okay, I'm really slow now. I need to get my backpack. Got a bow, by the way. Freaking having a bow out in the wilderness, out in the wild is gonna be great to have. Where's my backpack? I threw it down right here, right? Hello? Oh, it was over here. I think I should have enough money now to pay off my debt. After selling this crap. Yeah, I can see myself playing this game, actually. Not streaming it. It's probably boring for you guys, but... I can see myself playing this in my free time. Does that dude have that dog as a pet? Can you get dog companions? That would be amazing. Yeah, they're definitely not fighting each other. I think that they're companion. Yeah, I'll bet money that the flippin' lizard men regen in the mines, but that's fine. They're not hard to kill. I think you're the only one that likes the Spartan Parks. But at least some of you do. This music's very... I like the music a lot in this game. I better check what I have before I start selling it. Okay. 1820, 1715. Is that one-handed or is it two-handed? How can you tell? It doesn't tell you if it's a one-handed or two-handed weapon. Oh, that is one-handed. Might keep that sword. I have enough money! Who do I talk to now? Risa. Does this have like NPCs listed? Oh, it does. Nice. Can you guys see my shirt, like, fluctuating? It's because Jinjo keeps attacking this piece of paper hanging down that she has hanging. So she just keeps attacking it. So my shirt's just like, oh, puff, puff. Wait, what? The lighthouse has been sold and is used by the guards as a barrack? I work like a dog to earn that money. This isn't fair. If you cannot succeed at a task, then you must accept the price of failure. It hasn't been 5 days, has it? Great, I'm homeless now. Thanks for nothing, as usual. Bitterness won't do you any good. The world will not wait for you. Besides, you learned how to survive on your own like a bird pushed from its nest. I should also let you know... You should speak with them before they go. What do you mean they're leaving? What's going on? So was it scripted that I'd lose my house? What about the stuff I was putting in the chest? Can I get that back? I wonder if I was supposed to lose the house or if I could have saved it. You better let me in. I put stuff in the freaking storage chest. This isn't your home anymore. The town is using it as barracks at the moment. That said, we don't really need to. We have more than enough room in the original barracks. I'll tell you what. You donate 300 silver and we'll let you have your home back. Are you freaking serious? It was 150 and now it's 300. Can you kill NPCs? Because dang, I'm mad. Oh, that bull crap. Oh my gosh. I'm done. For tonight. Alright, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me and chatting with me. And thank you to those that stuck around. Appreciate you. Dwarvican, thanks for the resub. Thank you for the follow. Have a good night, you guys. See you tomorrow. I'm very mad. Good night.